Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Monday night live stream. This is bite size, and anything could happen because I've just realised we're running on the Wi-Fi tonight, so literally anything could happen. So if you're listening to this as a podcast and it cuts out halfway through, that's because Daisy is on her iPad. Okay, so my bad. I didn't have time to do it. So usually I plug it in, so it runs off an Ethernet cable, and I can power the space station through stuff. But I basically forgot. My fault. Anyway, good evening. So, well done, everybody, for this weekend. Just gone. Amazing to see so many people out there smashing races, having fun, enjoying the spring weather, which is finally here, which is amazing. I love this time of year. It's absolutely brilliant. But yes, if you are joining us, get your questions, get your comments in as normal. Load us up and we will work our way through them. I've got no idea how long this show is. It'll probably be a short one tonight, I'm guessing. But join us in the comments and get some questions in, get some comments in. Let me know what you was running in this weekend and how you felt. And if you've got any questions, whether it's coaching questions, shoe-related questions, whatever you want to talk about, I'm here for the next 30 odd minutes, should we say? See how long we go tonight. Thank you, Gary. Gary, keep an eye on stuff because it could get a bit lively. Because as I say, I'm only on Wi-Fi tonight, so anything could happen in terms of quality. And if you watch this back on YouTube, because I've realised that some people watch this back on YouTube, and it gets a bit jittery. My bad. Again, just run out of time as always. Tonight, so yes, how is everybody doing? Thanks to everybody who said hello to me yesterday at the Chelmsford Half Marathon. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. It was nice to see so many people. It was a great turnout from the club. Also, great turnout across the whole country, really. It was amazing this weekend to see so many of us out and about. So that was kind of cool to see. This week, video-wise, tomorrow we've got the Adidas Adizero Pro 4. I call it race review, but I've got a bit of a problem. So watch that. I'm not going to say any more about that shoe. You need to watch that tomorrow, but we've got a bit of a problem on the Adidas Pro 4. I'm running in the Vomero at the moment. So I'll probably put a video out on that on Thursday, as long as I get a chance to film it Thursday. So yeah, I'll see how I get on. I might put it out a little bit later. Basically, it depends how long it takes me to film it and edit it. But I basically, with the Vomero, I've wanted to run a week in it. So it'd be about a week. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, because I got on Thursday. Yeah, so it will be. So yeah, so I'll probably I'm aiming to put something together and then hopefully get that on Thursday. If it doesn't come Thursday, it's because I've run out of time and it'll come. I'll put it out on Saturday. All right. Other than that, I'm not else sure what other. We've got a couple of other videos I've sort of recorded about behind the scenes and stuff like that. They're ready to go out if I'm a bit caught a bit short. Let's say on some of the videos. So, but yes, the plan this week is Adidas Adizero Pro 4, sort of race feedback, and it's something you're going to want to watch if you follow the channel. And Thursday, probably, let's say 70% sure, a bit of a Vomero video on that side of things. I've got 50 miles to run this week, and I'm kind of front loading a hell of it. What was it? Quite a lot of it. I'm front loading. So this is good. Look, my watches. You've had an easy day with plenty of relaxing moments. Consider doing some yoga, meditation, or another light, relaxing activity. Does it reckon Livestream counts as that? We shall see. But yeah, so it's just come up my watch. So I took today off after yesterday's effort in Chelmsford, which I got massively wrong. But there we go. We live and learn to fight another day. So yes, I think that's about it in terms of up to speed on stuff. If you're doing the Leeds Half Marathon, I'm just putting the final touches to that. We're most likely going to be at Wakefield Park Run on the Saturday of the Leeds Marathon and the Half Marathon. But we're just finalising all that stuff. We've got a big club in Wakefield, which we've not done anything with. So we're planning on going there. But that's all going to follow. Hopefully, I can tie that all up, but just waiting to sort a few bits and bobs out, really. We're testing, say, Vomero at the moment. It's the main one. I'm doing a few others, but I can concentrate on the Vomero. We've got some other shoes can't talk about as always, and I think that's about it at the moment. We've got some other shoes that we're doing, but they've sort of taken a back seat while I get some mileage in the Vomero. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think you're up to speed. So yeah, again, if you're joining us late, 6 minutes in, get all your questions, get your comments in, and let me know how I can help you tonight, or if you just want to chat. And yeah, as I said, let me know if you was running this weekend, what shoes you were in. Be interested to know. Marathons and half marathon races are getting closer, so super interested to know what's going on with you guys. Okay, so who do we got? Lee absolutely smashed the life out of it at the Middlesbrough 10K. Was it 10K? But was it a run through event, Lee? Let me know. Be interested to know on that one. Evening Dawn. Dawn smashed it as well. Two of my clients there, Lee and Dawn, all PB this week. Although Lee's not told anybody that it was down to me. It's nothing to do with him. It's all down to me. He's not told anyone about that. So Lee, you're in big trouble in terms of marketing. The coaching side of things let me down. Dawn did a very nice post on that. Just leave you out there, bro. Evening, Mark. Evening, Matthew. Right, okay. So Carl's in the house. Leave you now. Carl's in the house. He's reported back from after doing the Atlanta Marathon. 14-minute PB, blimey, with a massive 1,595 feet of net elevation. Next marathon will be flat. I feel like I could take another 14 minutes. Definitely can, brother. Definitely can. But well done on that. That's a heroic effort. What shoes were you in? That's what we all want to know, Carl. We all want to know what shoes you're in. Tell us. Thank you, Gary. Gary, is the Wi-Fi right? We're doing all right with the Wi-Fi. Evening. Dean. Evening 40. Do you have any tips on how to build mental strength, toughness for race days? That's a really good question, actually, after yesterday. I would say do more races or do more hard efforts. There's something about putting yourself under pressure before the race day. So getting into, I call it the pain train, but getting onto the pain train or stepping onto the pain train and seeing how much you can handle it and learn from the experience of being within the pain, within the carriage of the pain train, how that feels, what the surface is like. No, but yeah, how that feels really to be under an increasing amount of mental pressure, because out of that you'll build toughness, you'll build resilience to it. But unless you really test yourself, you never truly understand it. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you'll get beaten. Yesterday, I was beaten by my own mind, right? But until you go there and ask questions, you won't learn anything. And I think that you can do it on training runs, but training runs, you tend to take the easy option. It's very easy to go, you know what, when I get to that lamppost, I'll get to that Morrison's, I'm going to start walking. Catch my breath. It doesn't matter. It's only a trainer. But when you're in a race situation, it's a little bit harder to justify to take that action. So that's why I think shorter races, like if you're doing training for a marathon, like half marathons, put into the plan in the correct places, because there's pinch points within the plan where they're optimal. But also 10Ks and even park run to a degree to use them to tune that mental toughness in. Does that make sense? Yeah? There we go. I hope that helps. Paul's looking for an alternative to Brooks Ghost and Adrenaline. Ghost Max. Try that. Ghost Max. Ghost Max 3's on the way. Basically, so Ghost Max 2. Andy, get in touch with Hayden. Drop us an email, hello@fordyruns.com. If you're looking to get a club going in Bath. If you're listening to this and you I don't know whether you're a part of a social running group that's not affiliated to anybody or whatever, or you maybe are, but you want to go in your own direction, get in touch, drop us an email, hello@fordyruns.com. Wakefield, which is huge. I mean, huge. Now, they were originally another running group, and we incorporated them within 40 Runs. gave them total control, and they're just thriving now because of the ethos of the club, and more importantly, the people that run that. They're just brilliant people. They've really connected with what we stand for, and it's just brilliant to see. So if you're part of a running club that's social group and whatever, and you want to get some support and be within the framework and all that sort of stuff, obviously connected to 50,000 of runners or whatever it is, then we can help. Right. Matt Nash questions in, everybody. And again, if you're joining us late, I appreciate Kafuzi's on tonight. So again, if you're joining us a little bit later, get your questions and get your comments in, and I'll work my way through it. Okay. So here we go. Matt Nash gives us a question every week, and he's in charge of marketing. He's let me down tonight, Matt. Less people here tonight, Matt. Have you one job, brother? One job. You're back. You're in the doghouse like Lee. While the increase in participation, right? So here's the question. Get back in the room. While the increase in participation of running is great, do you think it's just fashionable to run at the moment? Is it possible this new generation of runners just get bored of it? Yeah, they will. Yes. Yeah. Shortest answer to a Matt Nash question. Yeah, they will. I genuinely, hand on heart, think it's brilliant. This post-pandemic surge of runners that we've seen taking it up and get involved in it. And there's a huge demographic that we basically don't touch really on my channel, because obviously we're older, that consume their social media in a different way. Yeah, they might watch your shoe review and things like that, but it's a totally different mindset, different generation. They're looking at runners in a certain way and things like that. So I think it's brilliant. I think it's great. I think that the brands are having a field day. I mean, as we saw with the Zara video, when I did the Zara carbon plated review, even like retailers are going after it. Like high street retailers are now going after the running space. ASOS or whatever you call them, have done it for years and things like that. And when you see a big name like Lululemon tie up with a running app, tells you everything, right? So they're really coining it in, and why not? It's great. The fact that so many people are running, participation is up across the board. And yes, it will die off at some point, I think. But at the same time, I think that wave of new runners is also the machine that is behind running at the moment in terms of marketing is also bringing people out who may have given up on running. Like, I don't know, they had some kids, they used to run when they were sort of 30 to 40, and then they come out of it. Now they're coming out the other side and they know the benefits of it, so they're getting back into it. So I think that's a real positive as well, because running's everywhere. So it's sort of rekindling some of those memories of the positivity in which they've got out of running. So they're coming back into it, which is great. I mean, that's basically, target 40 runs audience really in terms of our demographics. We know exactly where our sweet spot is. So yeah, I do think they will get bored, and I think you'll see a drop off. But I also think that the positivity in which that's created, there's a lot of negatives which I can go on all day about, but try to stay in the positive. I think that the positivity of that has created other runners coming out, maybe out of retirement, let's say, got put off because they felt like they couldn't go to a traditional running club, because they were too slow, too fat, too ugly, to whatever other excuse people put in their way, because those traditional run clubs put so many barriers up to people going along, that now there's places like 40 Runs and others that are available, and where we broke the mold and now others are following. I think those people who may have fell out of love with running have had that rekindled because of the popularity of running as a general, where it's all over. You hear about it on the radio. I heard about it this morning, listening to the radio, walking the station. They're talking about Harry Styles running the Tokyo Marathon. That probably wouldn't have been spoken about 2 years ago. So, it's in the news. It's fantastic. So I think that brings, a different age group in as well that we don't necessarily think about. And that's a positive. So when they get bored, which they will do, and they'll do high rocks, and they'll do whatever that new one's called, where it's got music and all these high rocks variations are going to, come in, and you've got it's like a younger version of park runs now popular that Gymshark are supporting, and all this sort of stuff. All that will like swell, and then it will die off. But hopefully, as I said, that numbers have swollen so much on the other demographic that it maintains its popularity. So I think I don't know if I answered it or not, but I think all in all, I think it's a good thing. More people are running. It's a good thing because that means they're improving their well-being and their wellness. Okay. Mark, evening 40, great influence with Mark. Yeah, right. He was there yesterday. Good to see him. Looking forward to seeing him in London. I picked up the Vomero, great looking shoe colorway. Which colorway did you go for, Mark? I've got a really nice white and blue colorway. But they are in my locker at work. Evening 40, I was to show you. Evening 40, my Puma Deviate Nitro 2s are bottoming out. And look, I'm looking for a do-it-all shoe I could take on very occasional 18 to 20 mile runs. Looking at the Deviate Nitro 3 and Mizuno Neo Vista. Any suggestions? I mean, if you've got on well with the Deviate Nitro 2, I'd stick with them, to be honest with you. And there's some new colorways in the Deviate Nitro 3. So, yeah, stick with that, mate. Neo Vista's a good shoe. But, yeah, just, stick with what you know, bruv. That's what I would do. Great show. Great show. Again, not last chat, but kind of just a heads up to anybody. Thank you for everybody who's joined us tonight live. Matt Nash did everyone his side of things. He's gonna get obviously in his appraisal as head of marketing. We'll mark him down on that. But thank you for joining us. And you've got to listen to last week's show. But yeah, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Get your questions, get your comments is what I was going to say before I got sort of sidetracked. Had to be. Evening. The everyday daily trainers for under £80 look good. I'm not surprised you're keeping some of them as work trainers. Yes, have you not seen it? I did a video and we started this. I thought of this idea sort of October last year about, wouldn't it be kind of awesome to see what like really, really cheap running shoes, like cheap ones, but what would they be like after like a good period of time? So not just like, running them and like once and then go, oh, it's crap. But like put them into the rotation, play with them and do some bits and bobs in them, So I went about that at the end of last year. And it took me a lot longer than expected to get the sort of mileage in each shoe that I really wanted to. But it was also not so much the mileage, it was more sort of the sessions as well in them. And obviously I'm testing a lot of shoes and things like that. And I've got to be mindful of that. I'm also training for 2 marathons in the spring. So it had to be kind of, designated. So it took, anyway, I'm going around the long way, but it took me a long time to put that video together, longer than I was expecting. But yeah, I put that out, and I think that's something I'm going to do a bit more of this year, in terms of that sort of where the value is. We all know that these last year's models, the year before models, are where the value's at, and I think we'll do a little bit more of that. But yeah, it was quite a cool sort of experiment to do. And yeah, as you say, and then I just wear them to work. So I've got like the black versions, so that sort of suits me. And I've got like a couple of pairs of new shoes for work. Job done. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more. I filmed. There's another video that we've had sort of sitting on the back burner for a while now that will come out maybe a couple of weeks' time, which is how I test running shoes. And I actually filmed that over like Christmas period. So that's still to come. There's a couple of cool like vlogs coming slightly differently, and then I'm trying to update you with the training, but also like sort of weave them into the story as we head towards London. Gary, do you have any updates on the new range of Skechers? I was meant to receive them, but they sent the wrong sizes through. So they, because they have to come from the US, the samples. So, because I'm a 9.5. They've got the sample sizes in 9 and 10, but I'm a 9.5. So they were sent over and they were the wrong sizes. So bless them, they're resending them over. And they should be here anytime soon, really, Gary. The full Skechers range, which will be available for sale in the UK in May. But I was meant to get them. I think it was even last week. But they might be on their way. I had a, I don't know if you got, but you get like a notification like from the carriers, like DPD. Oh, we picked this up from so and so. We picked this. I've got a thing from UPS, which is what I think they send their stuff through. It's either I think New Balance use UPS as well, so it might be something from New Balance, but it could be Skechers. We'll have to wait and see when it comes through. Oh, Cole used the Metaspeed Sky Paris, going back to his Atlanta marathon. So well done there, big boy. Lee's just come back at me. Well done, bruv. Middlesbrough half marathon was run through. Thank you, bro. Honestly, my brain's fried today. He believes he's got a good coach on board, but he knows he doesn't like that. Yeah, I know your coach is very humble. Best not to mention him. Gets a bit shy. Wi-Fi. Gary, tell me, is the Wi-Fi still looking good? Is the Wi-Fi still looking good? We're running this on Wi-Fi tonight, people. Anything could happen. I'm looking for running shoes to cover it all. Would you recommend Boston 12? Yeah, I would strongly recommend the Boston 12. It's a fantastic shoe. Boston 13 looks good. But yeah, you'll be able to pick them up cheap. Funny enough, I was walking to work this morning. I saw a guy running along Bishopsgate in a pair. And he was absolutely smashing it along there. So yeah, great shoe. Really good shoe. Do it all shoe. Whoever it was asking me about a do it all shoe. Boston 12. Don't forget that one. Yeah, there you go. Steve was saying about getting in the mindset. He was saying also about doing short races, where I said. Yeah, well done, Pagey, on your PB yesterday. And anyway, still nice. Just cut your toe off, bruv. You don't need it. Just cut it off. Stop moaning about it. Cowboy up. Matt, just got the DV8 Nitro 3 the other day in the same size of war. They're too short, so selling them. Okay, all right, size up by half. So yeah, he's struggling with the sizing on the Pumas. Yeah, the Pumas are a weird old thing in terms of their sizing. They really are. Evening, Chris. Super Blast 2 sold out everywhere. Yes, sorry about that. Recommendation for a good shoe for long runs with marathon paced efforts. In my head, non-plated, better for training. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot about carbon plates. Should you, shouldn't you? So I like to balance it out. In terms of being in plates and rods and things like that, to not being in plates and rods and things like that. So you're looking for a shoe. I mean, it is such a good shoe. It is, though, isn't it? It is a really, really, really good shoe. It's so hard to beat. It really is. There's the issue with the Super Blast 2 is there's nothing really like it out there. The A6 Nova Blast 5 is not a bad shout. And to be honest with you, I've not done a long run in it, but the Vomero is not looking bad. But it's not even a patch on the Super Blast 2. It's really not. If you're going non-plated, yeah, we're staying away from plates. It's really I don't think you can beat it. I mean, I would say have a look at the Kivara Pro, but it's got a 3/4 plate in it. Is that still cheating? Let me know. Okay, what else have we got here? Hang on. What would be good to right? Hang on. Let me put this up. Oh, okay. So it's kind of spoke about that then. So what would be a good do-it-all shoe for a marathon training, preferably one that don't break the bank? So yeah, A6 Nova Blast 5. A6 Nova Blast 5 is definitely a shoe that you can use for marathon training that doesn't have a plate in it. Okay. With a plate, then you've got. I mean, where'd you start? You could go like Zoomfly 6, Hyperion Max 2, Kivara Pro. I mean, you can keep going to the heart, to your heart's content. Boston 12, I don't know if I mentioned that, but there's so many. There's so many good shoes out there. But honestly, the Nova Blast 5 is a really, really good shoe. It really is, and it can do everything. Okay. Evening 40. Taking my night Zoomfly 6 to the Kingston Breakfast 20 mile this weekend. There you go. Proofs in the pudding, what I say, people. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Somebody saying they're taking their Zoomfly 6 to a 20 mile this weekend. It's a great shoe. It really is. It's one of Nike's decent ones for a while. Yeah, it really is. The other one, and I've said this before, Anders, in terms of a plate, but it's really expensive, is the SC Trainer. That was my sort of shoe of last year that I could recommend because it was too expensive, but I love that shoe. I absolutely loved it. Love that shoe. Matt, no, sorry, boss. Just doing your appraisal, Matt. Right. I'll be in Dublin in June. Does anyone know of any local groups I could jump in with? I do not, but just go to Parkrun. That's what I'd suggest. Right, hang on. This evening, 40. Does this sound like cramping or pulled muscle? Yesterday, I was on a slow 15k run, got to 9k, and my car started seizing up slowly. I'd have a look at your hydration. Cramping is usually down to hydration. You're taking electrolytes on. Have a look at you. Have a look at that. Cramping in the calves is usually down to hydration. And also make sure you're obviously foam rolling, stretching, all the stuff you should be doing as well, because that will have impact on if everything's tight. Right, Lee. Jury's still out on the Pro 4 due to the softness. New Balance Super Comp Elite on sale at 180 quid. Is it worth to spend that for an alternative marathon shoe for Manchester? Lee, I am going to say nothing other than watch tomorrow's video. I have a video coming out tomorrow at 11 a.m. Watch it. It's on the Adidas Adizero Pro 4. Other than that, I'm not talking about it. Okay. By the way, yeah, I don't know. Okay, he's back. I feel 60% better today. Do you have any advice on what this could be? There we go. There you go. I think I sorted that one out. Jason's off to order those. Is there a presence at the Bath Half? Go into the Facebook group, have a look under the event, and you'll see. Make sure if you've not joined 40 Runs Running Club, don't matter where you are in the world, it's free to join. No barrier to entry. Just get involved. Get involved. Rich, read the Chelmsford Half, which is where I was just want to say, really enjoyed the pod where you chatted with the race director. He did a cracking job yesterday. So big shout out to the Chelmsford Half race organised. If you want to understand what goes into a race and why things cost so much, then listen to that podcast. A really good podcast. Something that not a lot of people do. Real proper local event and talk about the costs and that involved. It's great you talk to the guy who runs the London Marathon, but there's one of them a year. These people are organising these events, and there's a lot involved in it. Matt, what's Matt saying? Can't find the Deviate Nitro 2 my size anymore. Wonderful shoe and love them. Not sure what to get now. Up to £100. Deviate Nitro 2. Maybe again look at the Boston 12. It's a great shout. You can pick them up for about £100. If you go over and start fitness, use the code 40 Runs, you're definitely going to get them for about £100. So yeah, have a look at the Boston 12, mate. Good shout. Thetford's Matthew wants me to give a shout out to Thetford's Elite Running Group. Thetford's Elite Running Group. They want to become part of 40 Runs. Look forward to your Pro 4 after chatting to you about them at the running show. Yeah, wait for that to drop tomorrow. Thanks, Gary. Wi-Fi is still good. It's holding strong. Steve's asking about the Vaporfly 2 for the Manchester Marathon. Do you think it's okay if the form holds? Yes, it is. If you're going after it, yes, 100%. It will reward you if you hold form, 100%. Absolutely cracking shoe. Fast and very able, that shoe is if you're on it. Yeah. What's this one? Any tips for starting, Michael? Any tips for starting a YouTube channel? I love what you and Aubrey do best in the game. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Just turn the camera on and be authentic. Don't chase views. Don't chase people. Don't chase brands. Don't just stick to yourself. Do you. And if people like you for who you are, genuinely who you are, don't try and be something you ain't when you turn the camera off and you're a totally different person. Because you're here literally just to try and get famous and make money. People will find you out. It might take a few years, and then you'll get found out that you're full of it. So be true, be who you are all the way through. Be authentic, and you'll be just fine. That's my advice. And do something you enjoy. If you're going to do it, it takes time. So yeah. Ian, Formeras are too heavy. I don't really have a problem with them, but we shall see. I'll get more miles in them. I'll let you know. So weight's not so much a problem on those max stack shoes for me. Personal opinion. Um, I don't mind that so much. Don't get me wrong. I'll always, if they could be lighter, yeah, sure. They could lose a few of the Nike swooshes on them, for example, but it's not the end of it's not a deal breaker for me. I've worn out my Rebel V4. Should I get another pair, or should I try the Adidas SL? I'd try the Evo SL. Beefcake. I really would. Evening 40. I've seen Matthew wrote that twice, so that's why I'm just jumping through that. Evening 40. Would you reckon? Get your last questions in, guys. If there's anything remaining you want me to answer tonight on tonight's show. Thanks again to everybody who's tuned in. I really do appreciate it. Whether it's coaching or shoes or whatever you want, or whatever you want to talk about. Evening 40. Would you recommend the Boston 12s for 4-hour plus marathon for someone who overpronates? Interesting one. Richard, Ben is a bit of an overpronator, and he regularly wears he was in his Boston 12s yesterday, just as he laughed at me around the Chelmsford half. So yes, I think it's not a bad shoe for somebody who I would say mildly pronates is what I would do, but I think it's something you've got to be careful of. And you've got to be mindful of it. Hello, Buds. Buds has joined us for the live stream. You all right, mate? He's one of my best friends down here. Yeah, it's something you've got to be mindful of. But yeah, I say Ben mildly pronates, and he was wearing them, and I think he's worn them for a couple of marathons now. Loves the Boston 12s. Really, really good shoe for him. So, yeah, is the answer to that. Yeah. What's this one? Here we go. Fordy, what do you think about the Adidas Adios 9? I've not tried it. I think I said last week about it. Was it last week? Somebody who listens regularly, I spoke about the Adios 9. I don't think it's a shoe for me, to be honest with you. I don't see where I'd use it or how I would use it. I'm not fast enough to get the most out of it. It's like I've got a client who runs in them, and we're currently training him for like a sub 2:30 marathon. It's just all right, but it's not a shoe. It's not a shoe that sort of. I can't see how it would fit into my rotation. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's just being honest. There's just certain shoes out there, my ability, let's say, that I just don't think would work for me, and that's one of them. It's like that new Streak Fly thing. I just can't see where I'd use it. I don't run I don't race 5Ks. I don't train for 5Ks. Maybe I should, by the way. And I don't train for 10Ks. And again, maybe I should. If I was doing that, then I would invest in a pair of Streak Flies, or maybe they're just not. But the thing is, you can get the Takumi Sen 8, 9, 10 so cheap. I don't see there's much difference. Again, that could just be me being ignorant. But I don't see how the Adios 9 is going to make too much difference to my life if I had it, if I'm honest. You want to come on the live stream? Buds wants to come on the live stream. Should we put Buds on the live stream? What do you think? Let me know if we should get Buds on the live stream. What's this one? Joe Dixon. Thoughts on the Endorphin Speed 4? Seems like such a popular shoe on social media at the moment. Really? What are you following, Joe? I've not seen much on the Speed 4. I've seen quite a bit on the upcoming Speed 5. Maybe that's what you've been seeing. I love the Speed 4. I still think it's one of the shoes. I mean, we spoke about earlier, like the Boston 12, the Deviated Nitro. That was the OG, right? The Speed shoe. And it probably's got a bit forgotten about, but that's mainly because people kind of have forgotten about Saucony a bit because their marketing's a bit out at the moment, which I think they're going to try and get back. But yeah, it's a great shoe. It really is. That the Pro 4, like, great shoes. They really are, and they're so versatile, and they work for so many people on so many different levels. Yeah, I think it's a great shoe. It's not for everybody, and the shoe has changed quite a lot over the years. It's become a much more daily trainer-ish shoe than it started out as, which is not a bad thing, by the way, because it's made it more versatile. But what I'd like to see really with the endorphin shoes is a bit of a shake-up. I think the competitors have got better at what they do. Like right now, I think the Zoom Fly 6 I'd probably prefer to be in over the Speed 4. So I think, and again, Nike's not doing anything like mental there, but I just think there's so much more could be done with that shoe. Like, I don't know, maybe increase the stack a little bit, make the plate a little bit more aggressive in it. It's quite light anyway, but I don't know, just trim it down a bit and just make it a little bit more. I would say aggressive because the Pro 4's there for that. And that's the thing. They've now got I don't know if you saw today or the Star March, the Endorphin the Endorphin Elite 2, which we've reviewed on this channel quite a bit, is out now. So that's where that sort of sits at the top end. But, like, I wouldn't mind seeing, like, the Speed 5, but they've done it another way. But, like, the Speed 5 have, like, the Incredible Run and the PB in it, like, dual layer setup with something in there, like a plate shoved in the middle, something like that. Do you know what I mean? With the XT900 on the outside. Just play around with it a bit like that. Get a bit adventurous with it instead of keep sticking to the same old thing, which they've done over the last 3 bottles. And I think they're kind of getting away with murder at the moment because they've not switched up. And maybe version 6 will be that big change that we need with the Incredible Run foam, which is a terrible name. Maybe that's what they do, and they refresh it from there. Who knows? But that's what I'd like to see. I think I've kind of answered your question in a very long-winded way. But I've made my way through all the questions, which is pretty awesome. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's joined us tonight. Again, heads up tomorrow, Adios Pro 4 video is coming out, which is a bit of a shock. So watch that one tomorrow. That's 11 o'clock. And I hope, if I can, to get the Vomero video filmed later this week. So that's my plan as it stands, to put that out on Thursday. But again, that may get pushed to Saturday if I don't get a chance to film it. All right. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And then we've got some other stuff coming. This weekend's vlog is an interesting one. Again, totally different to anything we've sort of done for a while. So that will take some of you will appreciate, some of you won't have a clue. So again, trying to change the narrative on that one. So yeah, have a look at that. That comes out on Sunday. I've got 21 miles to do in the Cielo X1 2.0, which I'm really not looking forward to. And I think that's about it, guys. So big shout out, big love to everybody for joining us live tonight. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you bring somebody with you next week. This I will only grow by you guys bringing people. Keep spreading the word about the channel and doing all that bits and stuff, and subscribing and liking and all that kind of stuff. That'd be pretty awesome. I'd very much appreciate it. And I am live on Friday with the team. We're talking about fueling, gels, when to fuel, when not to fuel, all that kind of stuff. So join us for that on Friday. And I think that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. If you've listened to this as a podcast while you're out there running, I hope your training's going well, whatever you're training for. If you're just out there running for your mental health, good for you. Just keep going. And I shall see you guys on Friday live at 7 o'clock.